Cut that part out. Christmas 2024 icicle installation, or at least I hate those things. They're such an ugly sound.
14 plus 3.
What does that equal? 12?
And that thing wasn't squawking until you started filming.
I know.
It's like they know.
Yep. It's sitting there watching for me to push the button on the camera.
Unfortunately for your viewers, or maybe fortunately, I took some Flonase this morning so I wouldn't sneeze, so there's not going to be any camera shaking when I sneeze, because I'm not going to sneeze.
Well, you have allergy this time of year?
Yeah. It's from the leaves, the oak leaves. But usually it's because they get wet, which we haven't had rain in 2 months. So.
Yeah, not this year.
So I think it's probably just the dust in the air. I was sneezing quite a bit yesterday.
The dust has been a joke trying to clean up the leaves with the lawnmower or anything. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, you probably look like you were working as a chimney sweep by the time
you
you're
come
done.
inside, you wipe your arm off and the rag turns brown.
Oh, Lord.
You have to replace all the engine filters and everything next year.
That reminds me, I haven't changed mine in like... I bought new filters for that thing like 3 weeks ago, and you think I would have installed it by now, but no, it's sitting in the back seat of my other car.
Why don't you put it next to your dash cam?
But on the bedroom floor so it never gets installed?
Yeah. Never installed that.
What is that for, anyway?
That's for the carpet when the carpet goes to the wood floor.
Oh, I see. It's a threshold bar. Okay. That looks like it's from Home Depot.
Probably is. That's where the carpet came from. It might be Hampton Bay brand.
Oh, that's junk. Throw
It
it out.
probably stinks.
Yeah.
You know what doesn't stink is these tables. These were a curbside.
Who would throw that out?
I mean, these things are indestructible. They probably could put hundreds of pounds on these things. It's a metal frame and a plywood top.
It looks like they weigh about 1,000,000 pounds, too.
Oh, yeah. Hey, listen.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. You might fall into a sinkhole.
Around here, you never know. I would like work on air conditioners or something on these tables. They're so strong.
You probably put the one you just got this morning on that. In the middle. To boot.
There you go.
Yeah, I would not want to move these by myself.
I brought these home in this car.
How did you do that?
Very carefully.
Would you do 5 miles an hour? You picked those up locally, I guess?
Yeah, they were on, well, I'm not going to say
Yeah, yeah.
straight right now, but...
Understandably so. Well, I guess we may as well take this one too so I can get up from the back.
You don't want to just go up first on this one? You go up first and I'll go on it.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Because this one is not quite long enough to get up the front.
Oh, I was going to go from the back in the deck and then... But if you're already taking one out, it's kind of stupid to bring out
Well,
two.
we do have to take this out anyways just to get to it. This one, you got to be careful with this one because the fiberglass frame is starting to break down
so
a
don't
bit.
touch it?
Yeah, unless you have good calluses, you're going to have...
Which I don't.
You're going to have fiberglass everywhere later
Yeah,
on.
fiberglass splinters really stink. All right, so
I
then...
can use it, but if I hit it with the back of my hand, forget it.
No, I'm not gonna mess with that then. I forgot that we talked about that last time. Of course, now the wind is picking up. This wood from the curbside too?
No, that's, those are my homemade stands when the basement floods.
Oh, okay. Well, if it works, it works. The question is this thing gonna fall over?
I don't know if I've had the ladder out since I put that there.
Probably not.
So that's a good question.
Probably the last time you had the ladder out was when we did the lights last year.
Probably.
I doubt it's been out since the new old stock location.
No, probably not. So I only clean the gutters when we... Oh, yes, we have to clean the gutters as we do this, too.
Oh, well, that'll take me 5 minutes if I'm up on the roof.
Full of leaves.
I should have wore boots today. That was the only thing that I made a mistake.
You want some other shoes to wear?
What size shoe are you?
12 usually.
I'm 10.5. That might work.
I have some boots in the closet.
If you have boots, I'll wear boots because it's probably safer for me to be up on the roof on boots.
Yeah, plus the shingles will shred whatever you got that's soft.
Oh, I don't care about that. These things, I'm going to cancel these out soon anyway. These are actually running shoes, so they're probably the worst thing you could possibly wear on the roof.
Oh, you don't like to run on the roof like my grandfather does?
No, I'm too old for that. I'm like him.
Probably twice as old as you are.
Actually, it's more than twice. Although that guy this morning had a hell of a lot of spunk for 78.
Yeah, well, you know what? He's staying active, and that's what does it.
Yep, that's why it's important.
He's still working at 78. That's pretty good. There's a security guard at Mystery Place where I work who is 86. Dan staying?
Yeah. Much to my surprise.
Well, I probably set it up with the intention of being able to pull this out.
One would hope.
Though, what I try and what actually happens are two different things.
Oh. No, that's...
I push it up one more.
Yeah. Walk back.
You want a hat? His son is in a terrible angle.
Actually, I have one in the car. Might have to go one more. Sun out of my eyes.
Well, I gotta get the lights out first.
Kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. And you probably should take up some hooks with you.
That would also make sense. In fact, if we're going to be cleaning junk out of the gutters,
I gotta close the door,
garage
yeah.
door.
And I mean, they're all gonna come in as soon as I open the door anyways.
It's your call.
No, we'll shut it, but it ain't gonna make much difference. So two of these should have the C9s attached to them.
See.
And I can still hear it because the fans aren't loud.
You left them intertwined with each other?
Yeah, I left them as it was. Because actually,
That looks like a mess.
you know who took these down?
Your grandfather?
Yep.
How did I know?
He went up there and ran across the roof and took them all down.
Like a bad kid. Yeah, the only thing that makes me nervous about the ladder is like putting it through the window. I'm not
Yeah,
scared of climbing it.
that would be a problem.
Yeah, that would be a very expensive problem.
Oh yeah.
Which, you know, if I break it, I don't mind paying for it, but I'm sure those windows
No.
are not a standard size.
I can't pay for it. I'm putting a piece of plywood up if it breaks.
What's that?
I'm putting a piece of plywood up if it breaks. I can't afford that.
I can't break one of your windows and not pay to replace it, though.
Do you want to detach the C9s or leave them? I mean, because this is super delicate with these things attached.
I don't think it's a good idea to leave them attached.
I tend to agree with that.
I don't think we left them attached. You almost put that into the fan.
No, I didn't. I saw it was there. I work in here all the time.
Yeah, I think leaving them attached is probably. It makes sense when you take them down, though.
So then, we're off to a great start here. That's just gonna run out of battery. I'm just glad we know where the clips are this year.
Yeah, last year was a little bit of a freak show. Oh boy.
And we gotta test all these icicles and make sure they're working.
Yeah, so what if they don't?
Well, I don't wanna go up there and fix them if they don't.
It's more fun that way.
Well, then I'll be calling you when they break.
Sorry, I'm in Florida. Oh, you're just shoving these polarized plugs.
What else would you do?
Jam it in. I file them down.
That's just as bad.
I didn't say it was better. Actually, your method makes more sense because it's less work. Jam it in, wrap it around the gutter. That was what we did last year, remember?
Nothing bad happened, so we're doing the same thing again.
It probably won't rain or snow this season anyway, so.
That's true, it doesn't rain anymore.
That's actually really bad, though.
That's bad.
That's really, really, really horrible. Yeah, look at that.
Well,
These
these
bulb
are
work.
usually pretty reliable.
I would just maybe check, make sure all the bulbs are tight.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Because that's what happens with those Lowe's strings.
Yeah, I noticed that even in a box there like that. What?
What a stupid thing to have a problem with. For them to be loose.
Well, cheap knows no bounds.
And just think 10 years from now, we're going to wish we had things that were as crappy as they are
I
now.
know, that's a scary thought.
Remember how much better things were in 2024? Yeah, this one's kind of loose. Although perhaps by then they'll have figured out the DEL incandescent replacements for Christmas lights.
You think there's enough demand for it?
Probably not.
I don't think it'll ever get fixed. The number of people that use the incandescent ones still was so minimal.
And for good reason. They're incredibly inefficient.
Yeah, but they look nice.
I agree with you. I only use incandescent. I'm not criticizing.
I think we have an outage at some point here.
Do we?
Oh
yeah,
light.
I see.
Yeah. All right, so
Actually,
we're not
two
gonna
outages.
we're not gonna play with this. We're just gonna replace the string. See, it's flaky. It just came back on.
Yeah, that's not what you want in
I'm
this
not
section
putting
of the
this on
house.
roof. What I'll do is we'll take these and I'll put these on over like the deck or something. Or
Yeah, somewhere where who
It's
cares?
easy to play with them. Well, I care, but it's easy to play with them.
Well, who cares in the sense that it's not
Who cares if it breaks?
40 feet in the air. That's what I meant by that, for clarification. Who cares if it doesn't work?
Who cares if your display's broken?
I guess taken at face value, that came across wrong. I remember we had to fix quite a few strings last year, too.
Yeah. Which I don't understand because they're working when you take them down. Very carefully put them in a box, and then they're busted. What gives?
And they're kept in the basement. They're not even in the attic.
Right, they're in a climate-controlled area.
Probably the lowest humidity in the universe.
With nice vintage dehumidifiers taking care of all the problems.
But yet...
And they still break. So how many amps?
Oh, yeah, I guess that was kind of the mission here,
That
right?
was the objective. So that's 0.5. That makes it easy.
All
So
right.
0.5. So 0.5 plus 0.5 equals 1. And then...
So then you can do 5,
Yeah.
which is a lot.
That's, what is the tag say? Usually it's 3, right?
Well, the fuse is rated for 3 amps, so if you do 2.5 amps for...
So this says, connect no more than 1.8 total, 8 amps total.
So that would be 4 strings.
Yeah, we'll do 4 then.
Okay.
It does say 3 amp fuse. So this, I think 2 strings is enough to get across the whole front. Just give them a good shake and make sure that nothing's
Shake,
loose in
rattle,
there.
roll.
See a lot of bulbs out anywhere?
No, actually I don't see...
I only see 1. I think we're okay.
See, I'm such a weenie. I change every single bulb that's
Well,
popped out at the
you
beginning of
should,
the
because
season.
then they're always going to go out quicker.
Yeah. But that itself takes, you know, couple of evenings after work to.
Well, here's one. Let's just swap it with one from that spring.
Okay.
Because again, I can always, on a nice day, go out on the deck and replace things with
Yeah, I don't.
it. Wow, these fit in here very loose. That's kind of concerning. I don't like that at all.
That's why I like the Frank's ones that have the little like tabs on them that you fold over and they pop in.
That's a good design.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one over here too.
How did I miss that? I didn't get that close yet. Yeah, I'm shaking them up and they're not going out.
Alright, I think this set gets a pass.
Oh, I see what you did here. You
Yeah, I always
wrapped it up
this
so
way.
that it removes the lead wire. These icicles look nice. I'm not a big fan of like short spacing, but for the icicles, it looks better that way.
The old ones my grandfather has, the icicles are like, you know, this long, and it looks much nicer. But
you
trying
get
to
less
find-
light.
That's true. But trying to find that many new old stock icicles that are the same set is like impossible.
Actually, you'd be surprised.
Well, maybe that look on eBay. So
Yeah, if you go to the e-ripoff, you can find, believe it or not, Toys R Us sold icicle lights, and they were very, very good.
they're actually good quality.
They were excellent quality. Yeah, they just put their name on Minami, which was Foremost and Westinghouse and Sylvania. A couple other brands used that manufacturer. And they had lamp lock on them too, I think.
There's a good chance he bought his at Frank's back in the day.
Yeah, Frank's were the best. Like,
I know they're old and they're still working.
yeah, okay. All right, I think these are good.
All right.
So that's what, 2 strings, right?
That's the front of the house there, the living room.
What a tangled up mess.
Yeah, we're gonna have to untangle as we go.
Okay, well, it is what it is. Yeah, my neighbor across the street used to put icicles up, and then what would always seem to happen to him, poor guy, was the wind would blow the icicles onto his roof. And
That
then
does happen at my grandparents' house.
yeah, eventually he got to a point where he said, screw this, I'm not doing it anymore.
Oh, he just goes up on the roof and runs around and pushes it back.
Yeah, I'm actually, well, back when he used to put them up, we used to get snow, so.
All times have changed.
Well, he's 75 years old now, so he doesn't really go on the roof anymore because I think his wife doesn't really want him to. So. His wife works just as hard. Like she always, it's something that the two of them do together. They put up Christmas lights, and she's super meticulous. Like she has to get the spacing correct. Like everything has to be evenly spaced. Oh no, like if she can, she tries to twist the string so that the bulbs all face the same way.
Well,
like
I would do the same thing sometimes.
But she'll do it with mini lights. I'm not talking about C9s.
Mini lights, no, I can't. C9s, yeah, not mini lights.
All right. So where do we want to get
That's
started?
like some kind of boredom.
Over there?
Well, if we got the ladder here, I guess I might as well just start here. So the S-shaped ones are for the peak, which we'll do on that side, but not this side. So, because I just jam them in between the shingles and the roof, which probably isn't really a good idea, but...
So we use these?
No, we use these. Oh, I thought you talked about this.
Yeah,
These,
yeah, the
like these
S-shape
go
was...
like that on the roof.
Oh, okay.
These will attach to the edge of the gutters.
Yeah, see, S-shape.
Yeah, I'm not good at the alphabet.
You're too smart to not be good at the alphabet.
I like numbers better. These, it goes on the gutter like that.
Okay,
And
so
then
the
light
bigger
hooks
part goes on the gutter, and then the little part is
yeah,
what
it like
holds the
wraps
light.
around the edge.
Okay.
It actually works pretty good for whatever it's worth. Oh, this is what I was talking about. Like a wooden dowel like this.
Yeah.
And then if you drilled a hole in the top, you'd be able to just clip the light on it.
Yeah, it's worth looking at what the lengths of these are. It's only 36 inches, so I can only make 3 of them out of this. So if this is $3, it's cheaper to buy them from the Jungle website.
It might only be like 99 cents though.
Yeah, I have to look.
I have
I
no
forgot
idea.
all about it. Plus, can I get enough of them from the the Home Depot.
Well, this is made in USA at least, so you wouldn't have to buy some Chinese garbage.
Mm-hmm. I think what I'll do.
I need that wrapper.
I was going to use that as a plastic.
That's for
bag.
that's for the oil for the 50-to-1 gasoline mix. I left it there so I can order more, and I keep forgetting. If you use that and throw it out, I'll never order more.
No, I'm not trying to use it and throw it out. I'm just trying to. You know what? Maybe
I can get a bag if you just need a bag.
maybe one of these.
Yeah, that's fine.
There we go.
I usually use about one every foot.
Okay. Yeah, you tell me.
Well, I mean, you'll be able to tell, what looks reasonable.
I don't use nearly as many of them as I should when I install. So.
Well, it's very windy around here, so we have to make sure that it gets tied down pretty good.
All right.
Surprised these have no sun damage yet. These have been up there for.
So
This will be the 3rd year now on these things.
It's pretty significant.
Unless these are the ones I bought last year because I couldn't find the other ones.
And these are the ones that you had that you lost.
Yeah, these might be the brand new ones. No, I'm pretty sure these are the ones I used last year.
That was funny. All right. Well, the sooner I get up there, the sooner this will be over and done with. I might even make 2 trips.
Well, you have to come back for the C9s, I guess.
Well, yeah, but, you know what? I'll carry them both.
Well, I can bring something up, though.
All right, going up, 2nd floor. Yeah, all right.
That's the 3rd floor.
Yeah, I guess it kind of is, isn't it? This rope, kind of in the way.
I can pull it off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now, what is the rope actually for?
It helps you lift up the rung if you need to,
Oh, I see.
yeah.
All right, that's as far as it's going to go. It is what it is.
I never really use it. I should just take it off.
Okay to take the leaves down?
Yeah, it is what it is.
Oh, I thought the ladder was about to fall. You alright?
Yeah.
See, the problem is it's blowing back up on the roof.
I might have to do it from here then. Oh gosh, I hate this. I don't know how the heck you're sitting up there like that.
I just ignore the height.
Yeah, I'm ignoring it too, but it's not working.
Well, it doesn't work for everybody. Now, do I like it? No, but it is what it is.
Oh, and all these are going to go up and over into the back gutters.
Yeah, and then they're going to blow back onto the gutters again.
Unreal.
Now, what I don't like is I don't like getting back on the ladder. That bothers me. Just because it's like now I'm facing the wrong way.
Yeah, well, I could always move the ladder over to the front, and then you go down the front where it's half the distance.
Half the distance to the ground.
We probably should start over there because I don't know where it finishes.
Okay, so I'll do that.
And if we have to undo the whole thing, that's going to stink.
Yeah, that would really stink being this high up. Okay. See, this is the hard part because this is the steeper roof. That roof isn't as steep.
Yeah, that's true. I never noticed it. Wow. Well, you might have been right. There's a fire somewhere.
What's that?
You might have been right about the fire smell.
I think I did safety glasses for all these weeds. They're just going right back up into my face. It's like an updraft to the house.
It's always windy around here. Really packed in there. Yeah, I see what the problem is.
Sorry to make it such a mess.
It's inevitable.
What my neighbor across the street does, maybe when you start being less nervous about being on the roof, is he actually brings his leaf blower up and blows everything.
Yep, my grandfather does that too. I'm not doing that.
I'm not saying it's a good idea or that it's safe.
Well, I suppose a little electric one maybe wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be wanting to pull that pull cord when I'm all the way up here.
No.
I don't know how the guys on that do that with chainsaws.
Well, if people that do that they got something special.
This is easier than last year because they're not wet, so it's not like we're pulling mud out.
But at least if they were wet, they wouldn't be blowing around though.
I know. Remember when I said like 20 minutes ago, oh, the wind died down?
Well, it's not as bad as yesterday.
Yesterday, it would be stupid.
That's why I never cleaned up the yard. It wasn't worth it.
I think we got the majority of them up.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be back up here again to take them down anyways, so we can deal with it then.
Man, what a mess.
Yep.
All right, well, like I keep saying, the sooner I start, the sooner it'll be done. This is just bad for my knees. The only thing I don't like about being up here is your grandfather cracks me up though. Just running around up and down the roof, he doesn't care.
Yep, I couldn't believe that. I was over there talking to my grandmother in the kitchen, and he went outside to do something. We didn't know what it was. And all of a sudden we hear, like, you know, the footsteps on the roof, and he's literally sprinting across the roof. It was not just a casual, careful walk. I mean, he's moving.
That must piss your grandmother off.
It does. She can't stand it.
Being this close to the edge is not my favorite thing in the world, but it doesn't really faze me that much. I can understand why you'd be nervous by that peak, though.
At least that's the grass over there. I really don't like being over the concrete.
Dragging these on the roof is really good for them too, right?
Yeah, it cleans all the paint off the bulbs.
I'm not a fan of multicolored icicles. I think they look kind of stupid.
Yeah, I don't like them either.
They have to be clear.
I like the color in C9. I think adds a nice touch, but not the
I agree.
icicles themselves.
That's a nice contrast. No matter what I do, they always tangle up. This roof feels...
Yep, I know.
It doesn't feel very solid.
This room is not built properly. I can't believe it's standing still after all these years in the snowstorms and everything.
I've been on the roof of other buildings before, and it doesn't feel soft to me.
Yeah, I know. It's an old defective house. I don't know what else to say about it.
Well, the rest of the house is fine. It's this area that's the problem.
I think the whole roof is like that because it feels soft over by the chimney too.
Does it? All right. So what's the trick here?
So I'll just leave the plug
Not really sure.
hanging down.
What's that?
Just leave the plug hanging down so I can plug it in later.
Right. So which is the last icicle? I guess it's...
We probably should plug it in now to make sure it doesn't stop working at some point.
We probably should.
I'm gonna get a cord.
This ladder probably needs to be a little bit further away from the house. You know, more like this. Obviously, I'm exaggerating, but...
Why, you think it's too,
What was that sound?
That's the gutters.
Really?
Yeah, they make some weird, they make some weird noises. Sounds like a video game or something.
That's a ridiculous sound. What a stupid noise. So is this okay like this?
Oh, yeah, that should be fine.
The problem is it keeps wanting to pull away from the corner here.
We have to, yeah,
There's some trick to
yeah,
that?
bring a clip over here.
Because I did put the skinny part into the top of the gutter.
Oh, I have a clip.
It's okay.
So the end of this has to actually go like there's a lip under here. It has to really go like underneath there, and you can push it down like that. And then it should grab like that. And it's quite strong.
Yeah, I think it is doing that though.
Because sometimes if it's like this, it won't. You got to really like pull it down and get it to.
Well, let me see if I got it in there. I think I did. Yeah, it's in there.
Well, it's possible that we have two different years of clips. One might be 1 year of exposure, one might be 2.
How you doing over there? You alright?
Oh yeah, I'm great.
Heart pumping a mile a minute?
Pretty much.
Well, not everybody's your grandfather.
I know. Not everybody's you.
Well, like I said, I don't love it, but it doesn't really bother me all that much. These are not very happy right now. So is this how your grandfather takes them down, like this?
Yep.
Does he stand or does he sit?
He'll be standing.
Yeah, that I can't do. That's too hard on my knees. Well, so far so good. Everything looks like it's still working. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting this foot all the way up. Yeah, now we're talking.
You got it now?
Yeah, you gotta kind of bend them down.
Yeah, you got to push them down a little bit for it to really latch on.
Almost to the point where it feels like they're gonna break.
Yeah, they won't break. They're very flexible.
Yeah, now we're cooking with gas.
No, we have to cook with electric here.
Yeah, not now. You don't want to be cooking with gas.
No, no open flame. That is so ridiculous.
Yeah, so I guess the best way to do it is between every one of these standoffs, you know, put one at every standoff and then halfway between the standoffs. Okay, that makes sense. That's about every foot.
Yeah, I say every 12 to 15 inches is probably fine.
Have you always been nervous about heights?
Yeah, I've never liked going on ladders and stuff.
So yeah, about halfway between right here. Now that's where this gets annoying, is when they get inside the gutter. Yeah, it sounds like one of those ray guns or something.
I know, it's always sounded like that, but I don't recall it being this bad last year.
Come on. They keep popping back up. I keep pushing them down and they keep popping back up for some stupid reason.
Maybe they want to hear the sound again.
Maybe.
You know, I actually have a roof harness if you wanted to use that.
What would I tie it to?
Probably the deck.
I mean, I'm not going to say no to that.
All right. Well, if you want to come down and put it on, I got it in the garage. I forgot I bought one of those.
Yeah, just in case something stupid happens.
Because a lot of stupid things happen around here.
Yeah, because my luck, there'll be like a 40-mile-an-hour wind gust and I'll lose my footing. And I won't even land on my car because it's too far away. Now, what would happen? Here's a philosophical question. If I did that, what would happen? Like, would my insurance cover that?
Cover what?
If I fell on my own car and damaged it?
You got to call your insurance company. I know the home insurance would cover it if you fell on the ground. But I don't know if you fell in your own car. It might be the auto insurance.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, if that's comprehensive or what that would be considered.
It's kind of a bizarre question to call and ask.
I'm sure it's happened to people.
I suppose.
good. Because that would be the last thing I would need, would be for the ladder to slide over or something. I think I'd need something really long for that.
Yeah, I've got a rope we can put onto it.
Dude, I can't get this knot out of this thing. So cancel out this rope.
Not probably been in there for 10 years.
If I put it in boiling water, it'll probably loosen it up a little bit. Oh, jeez, it's 3 o'clock. The sun's going to set in an hour and a half. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. All right. Of course. Come on. Where's that stuff going? Actually, I could use this as my belt. You know how to use this?
I don't necessarily know how this works. I believe this is like yeah, this I think your arms go through this.
This is probably this. I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm not sure if you really need that.
Well,
I don't really see what purpose that would actually serve.
okay.
I think that I think it goes the other way. I think it goes like this.
Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. Okay. What the heck? What am I supposed to do with
You know,
those?
this is made in China. It probably doesn't even work.
Well, it's better than nothing.
Maybe we should RTFM.
There's a book?
Yeah, there's this and this.
Which
Here,
is-
does this solve the problem for you?
No, not at all.
Yeah, this does.
Don't tie this around your neck. Well, duh. RTFM. Okay, so.
All those leaves just came in the garage.
Who would have guessed? What the heck?
You know what? I have no idea how it works.
Okay, well.
All I know is that this goes onto the rope and this goes onto the apparatus.
All right, I'd really love to wear this, but I have no idea how to use it. Oh well, guess I'll just brute force it. I just don't know.
Well, gee, if only it came with an instruction manual.
This is all you get? This
Yep.
warning, like don't tie it around your neck?
That's it. Unless does this route through all those somehow?
I have no clue. All right, well,
You know what? By now I could have done it from the ladder, moving it
yeah,
wherever you
let's
want.
just,
But
let's just.
I think we'll just keep going that way.
I'll just go up on the roof. I don't care. I'm not gonna. It be what it is.
That was not good.
I'm good. I got it. That solid? You okay?
Yeah.
This doesn't look straight from where I am, but
It's probably not, but
it's also like a parallax error.
it's a what?
Never mind.
I don't know what you just said. And I'm not deaf.
What's that?
I'm not deaf, and I still don't know what you said.
Parallax. Look it up online. I don't feel like explaining it. I'm not even sure how to explain it. Oh, I thought you slept. I was like, no.
Maybe before next year we'll figure out how that stupid harness works.
Yeah, today was probably not the day to try to figure it out.
I should have figured it out the day I bought it, and then it would have served its purpose, but
Well, it is what it is. What are you gonna do, right?
wouldn't be the first time we bought it and never used.
I really wish the wind wouldn't have just picked up now.
Yeah, because it's going to start getting cold.
I don't know how much we're gonna get done today.
Well, as long as we get this part done, I can handle the rest. This is the only part that I really don't like.
And this is the part that's the easiest to do from the roof, too. These stupid clips keep popping back up.
I wonder if it's a temperature change. Putting them on the cold gutter. Now all the ones I just put on here seem to be perfectly fine.
Believe it or not, it's probably easier for you to install them from down there than it is from up here.
Yeah, I think so. Hear something beeping?
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I do hear it.
Well, at least you're not deaf.
You guys are freaking dead. that video?
I did. He loved that video.
Jay must really like working with you.
Yeah, we have a good time in the office.
Stop popping back up. Isn't it so much easier to move when there's somebody up top?
It is, but it just looks really dangerous.
It probably is. I like things that are a little sketchy. Keeps things interesting.
Yeah, I say the same thing, but this is unrecoverable sketchy.
Recoverable sketchy? Clips just do not stay where they're supposed to.
I'm out of clips.
I got plenty of them up here. I don't really know how many more we need anyway, so.
Probably maybe 4 or 5.
Stop doing that. Oops. Gotta put a clip over there. They're so annoying.
All day.
Man, it's nice and warm today.
It was.
No. Come on. I don't ever want to live in an HOA.
I could never. Might as well just have an apartment at that point.
Come on. Clips keep popping up. I'm just waiting until I accidentally kick over the clips or something. Now, the C9s, do those go up to the peak?
No, they just go across the top here.
That's what I thought.
Oh, this is stressing me out.
I'm sure watching me isn't making
Yeah,
me
that's
feel
that's
any
the
better.
that's the worst part. I'm not too worried about myself.
Well, neither am I. Nice view from up here, though.
Oh, I can see quite a ways out. The trees, leaves on the trees now.
Move the ladder over a little bit.
Yep.
Just so that we don't smash into the lights.
Yeah, we don't need that after we got this far.
I know, now we're getting to like the really dangerous part of the
Now we're at the point of no return here.
Great. Probably about as far over as you're going to be able to go.
Yeah, I'm not going no further than that.
Good?
Yep.
This thing's stable?
Yeah, it seems fine.
I don't know how you do this by yourself. That's what would make me nervous, is knowing there's nobody else around.
Well,
Fall.
there's enough neighbors who would hear me if something happened. You got the clips?
Certainly do. Of course, I put them in a bad spot.
Just move them to a good spot.
Well, I'm working. I do hear that beeping now. I hear all sorts of noises. Leaf blowing.
Probably a bunch of fire alarms going off.
Could be.
Maybe it's not a brush fire. Maybe a dehumidifier caught on fire.
Dehumidifier? What do you need it for when the humidity's 25%?
My basement's still 55.
Is it really?
I'm running the dehumidifiers up until like 2 or 3 days ago.
Oh wow, really?
I run them throughout the winter sometimes if I'm not using the heat too much. It's ridiculous down there.
Is it?
And we're in a drought. The water table's at the floor. It's even worse.
You're not going to believe this, but there's actually, as of either yesterday or today, there's a coastal flood advisory on some northern towns in Long Island. It's like, how is that possible? We're in a drought.
From what? Like waves?
Probably the tides, because there's a full moon. So how do you normally do the corner over here?
So
Usually leaning
normally it
up against the
just goes up like this, so we're gonna go straight this time.
house. You're going to go
so-
straight down
I want to go across the top of the windows.
rather than in the peak.
Yeah, because I want to see it from the inside. I think it'd look nice to have it all the way around.
Okay.
So we'll just, I guess we'll just kind of maybe just stop here and then go over.
All right, I'll probably have to lay on the roof to do that.
Oh gosh.
I don't know if I'll be able to reach.
I'm not even sure what we're gonna clip it on. I have to figure that out.
Your favorite part.
Well, yeah. Anyways,
Well, we're making good progress. Well, I'm pleased with how many leaves we got out of the gutter.
yeah. If it does rain, if that ever happens, I think the water would take the rest of them.
Okay, let's do next.
Well, we gotta finish this and then we'll go over.
Well, I don't think we're going to be able to finish going here until you lean the ladder up against this side of the house.
Right, but now you're stuck up there.
Well, put another ladder on the deck. Do you have a folding ladder that's tall enough to go on the roof from the deck?
That red one will work up there.
Okay.
You just have to hold the rungs.
Yeah, don't touch the sides, or you'll be sorry. Man, my hands are so chapped right now.
Yeah, my skin is already cracking from doing this. The stupid wind is what it is.
All that, and I'm touching the roof.
Oh yeah, that don't help. So we're gonna have to raise it up 1 notch probably to set it above the window.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to reach the window once we get past there.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what we're gonna clip it to. I wonder if I can jam a clip under the siding or something.
Alright, so where do you want to go with the ladder next?
I gotta move it up first.
You good up by yourself with that?
Yeah, I got it. What?
I find it very unwieldy,
What is?
the ladder.
I have no problem with it as long as I'm not on it.
Yeah, to me it's really annoying. Alright, I think you have to... In the corner there? Okay.
See, now it gets tricky because we lose flat ground.
Yeah, you're gonna have to block something underneath it. In fact, you might have to go up one more. Yeah, this is really sketchy right now.
Well, that's because it's not flat.
Well, now it's too low on the other
Oh,
side.
for heaven's sakes.
Looks like it's the same size as the other brick.
No, this is the one I use every year.
Okay, I trust you. Somebody's using a chainsaw.
Yeah, I hear that. Whoa.
Here's the problem, is that it's not level on the house right now.
That is a problem. It might never be. Actually, that's not bad right there.
That's probably doable.
I think we can go with that.
You good?
Yeah.
I'll hold it just in case. I guess you can play around with this clip and see what you can figure out.
Yeah, those nails are coming out. Well, it'll work. Might cause other bigger problems.
So what if the siding falls off? You okay?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna keep flipping over here.
I think I can jam a clip under here.
Flip.
You want
You
to?
want one for example?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not going to be. It's not going to be as low down as I'd like, but as I get little pieces of wire and do it. But I don't know how crazy we want to go here. That's probably copyright.
I'm not loving it.
I hate it.
Russ's favorite place to get paid, guys.
You're serious. That place is disgusting.
Each their own, I guess. Turning this corner is going to be a little tricky.
You know what? How good he can cook. I'm surprised he eats stuff like that.
I'm surprised too. Stop popping up.
Don't tell it what to do.
It's mocking me. Getting to a point where I can't even really reach much further.
I can grab it from here if we need to.
Stay there. Okay. The problem is some of these icicles are going to fall into the gutter.
Well, they're not connected to a GFI, so I'm not too worried about it.
You don't want them to get submerged either. You good?
Yeah.
You need a clip?
No, I think it can work.
Idea?
Yeah.
Ah!
Did it fall off again?
Keep popping up.
Well, at some point, it just is going to be whatever it is.
Lots of clips in here.
All right, I'll take these back down.
What I'll do in the meantime.
I think it's all ladder work at this point.
Yeah, unfortunately. So what I'll do in the meantime is I'll clean up the gutters on the front. So at least that.
Okay. No, I think I'm alright. Yeah, I don't know how it gets like that.
There's mud. There's wet mud in the bottom.
It's wet?
Yeah.
From what rain?
I don't know.
Did you pour water in here? Huh? No, I think it's that dog.
spot in your roof that feels really sketchy over by your bedroom.
Yeah, I probably got rot. When the water starts coming in at night, we'll get it fixed.
Yeah, it felt really soft over there.
I had a bunch of the boards replaced when I moved in. I don't know, maybe they missed some spots.
Maybe worth just going up to the attic and looking.
Yeah, I'll check it next time I'm up there.
You know, towards the back of the house, not the front. What, I guess, that's where the bedroom is.
Right.
Probably, I don't know, 3/4 of the way across the house.
What are you doing on that ladder?
Trying to put the lights up.
We're supposed to be on ladder.
I hate this.
You got this, buddy.
I'm trying.
I know you got it.
Perfect. Now that it's going to rain.
Tomorrow they'll probably be full again, so.
That's true.
Is there anything I can do to help from here?
I don't think so.
Oh, you're making great progress.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I'll just hang out up here and take in the view.
That's what you want to do.
Well, I got nowhere else to go.
Well, I could put the ladder up to get you down.
Okay. When you have a minute.
Actually, you want to do the C9s?
Oh, okay.
I'll bring the C9s up.
Tell you what, you probably could have raked 3 or 4 bags of leaves with all the crud I pulled out of these gutters.
Probably. I don't know why it gets so packed in there. Oh gosh.
The longer I'm up here, the less it's
Well, that's not a shared opinion.
like I said, I know it's not for everybody. I'm just glad I'm able to help. Alrighty.
That neighbor that stopped by, he's the one I always call to do something on the roof if I need it.
Oh.
Yeah. clips coming back up. The clips are coming up. Yeah, I think something definitely caught on fire.
Wow, these C9s are literally the perfect length.
I know, it lines up pretty good on there.
I mean, the good thing about C9s is that you can kind of sort of see. You can pull the sockets out if you want to, or you can add more if you have the cord.
You can also just cut them, which I should really do for the front part. But, you know, since there's no GFI, just taking the bulbs out and wrapping them up is just as good.
Never works.
Yeah, I can't. I'll fall. What happened? Yeah, it doesn't go quite all the way over.
Yeah, I just need another clip to hold the last bolt.
Oh. Oh, I can try to throw one up there.
Yeah, give it a shot. See if I can. Even if it just goes in the gutter, that's fine. Okay, almost.
Take one.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Oh, cool idea. I like what you did.
I just hope it holds in the wind.
very conflicted about this decision with the Icicles. I think it looks nicer this way to see inside, but technically, the Icicles would be off the actual roof line.
It would look better from the outside with them on the peak, but...
It looks better from the inside with them where they are.
Right, and I spent a lot more time on the inside, so...
Yeah, it's not like you're spending 2 hours every day outside looking at the house.
Although with how much money and time goes in this, I probably should.
Well, I always try to make it a point when I'm putting the lights up to spend at least a half an hour outside every clear day to enjoy my lights.
Well, if the weather keeps going like this, then maybe we will spend some time outside this year. Yeah, so I'm just checking to make sure this is still good.
I can get to it very easily.
This is still tight. Yeah, everything seems fine here.
Now you are going to be really in trouble if you have to take these screws out because they're already rusted.
Yeah, I think I would just take the whole thing out and service it on the
And it
ground.
wouldn't make sense to service it.
This is one of those flaky touch and glow ones. And so far, it's been fine. Got these for 25 a piece on the Jungle. Bought a whole mess of them. And I wish I had bought more because now they're gone.
Aren't those the ones that had like a Lowe's like thing on it? And
Yeah, it was
in the box?
that Lowe's store brand.
Project Source or whatever?
No, it wasn't Project Source. I don't know, but I really like the graphics on the box, like an old 90s style.
That is cool. I might actually line the whole roof with C9s.
That would be cool. I never thought about that.
Then I'll probably use DELs though.
I've always tried to use the C9 sparingly because of the power, but this year I don't really have that limitation.
Well, in my case, I would do it for economy reasons. I would use it. Because if you're going to add that much, it just gets to a point where you're just wasting so much energy. And if they're on the roof, does it really need to be flicker free?
Yeah, that's true. You're not seeing it much.
You can see it from the street, which probably looks really nice.
Nice and flickery. You ready to get down yet?
Whenever. Now your neighbors on the street with the solar panels on their roof, I don't think I'd want to go on that roof. That's a little bit too steep.
Yeah, that's real steep.
Believe how much of a mess I made? Look at this.
Yeah, I'm the one that's got to clean it up.
I'll help.
I believe it.
I'll help you clean it up.
No, I ain't worried about it.
You know, if I can't help you over there, it makes sense. gently sweep.
Well, what you could do is you could start taking these off.
Okay, I could do that.
Because
while
those
I'm up
have to come down.
here. Okay. To ask before if you wanted to do that.
Yeah, because we'll replace it with icicles.
What is?
And the bulbs are plastic, so you don't have to be super careful about it.
Oh, so if I just let them down, then
Yeah, I mean, don't drag them across the shingles, but they're not going to shatter.
I like the Romex thing. Very versatile thing to use.
Well, I've got all this rotten old wire from inside the house.
Right?
I got all that rotten old wire from inside the house. Might as well use it for something.
leaf bag or something? I'll put the leaves on your deck in a bag.
I would just push them off in the yard and I'll grab them with the lawnmower.
Okay.
There's a little electric leaf blower you can use.
Oh, okay. I was using a broom, but that would be even easier.
Yeah, because I'll bag them in a mower and we can dump them over here by the street light. This is what the whole yard looks like every other day when it's really peaked. It's real bad.
I can't believe how much was in those gutters, but they're clear now. There's like 98% of it's out.
I don't understand why it packs in there if it's not raining.
That I don't understand either. That doesn't make any sense to me.
We'll need a physicist to explain it.
Something about the air currents or something, I guess. Probably updrafts hit the house, and I don't know. I'm actually kind of hot right now.
I was just thinking we should shut the door and turn the heat on. Still 62 out, it's not dropping much yet.
Well, to be honest with you, I'm enjoying a little bit of a breeze.
Yeah, no, doing this is not bad.
Got to work off all that junk food we had for lunch.
Oh, if you're not kidding.
All right, cool. Yeah, that works pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I'm impressed.
That's black minus Decker.
Not
That's-
plus.
That's a long. I've had that for a long time too. Probably 5-6 years.
Right. That sounds like a duck buster.
It's probably the same thing, just bigger. You missed a couple under the table.
What's that?
You missed a few under the table.
I'm working on it. This thing makes pretty short work of the deck, though.
Yeah, it's good for the deck.
I wish I would have brought it up on the roof, actually.
That's what I was saying. The small little one I have might be good for the roof.
Whatever.
There's always next year.
That's right.
There's always next year.
Well, I'm happy to help. Blast you in the face with the leaves. I think it needs to go a little further back.
I'm dealing with it.
I am impressed with how much power that little thing has.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I'd buy that.
It wasn't really expensive either.
No, Black & Decker's always been pretty competitively priced.
All right, that's a wrap on the side.
I guess that's about all we can do today.
Yeah, I mean, I'm content with that as progress.
If you want to do more, I can do more. It's starting to get dark.
Well, we can turn on street lights.
Gotta get at it. Oh, it's only 4:15. What is that?
Artificial leaves.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess when they sit in the sun, it just rots them out.
Turns into microplastics. That's a wrap for day one. Got icicles on the front of the living room and the side of the living room, and that's it. We'll try to finish tomorrow. So this year I put the icicles in line with the window as opposed to up on the peak, which I figured would definitely look better from the inside. Wasn't sure what it would look like from the outside. I think it looks totally fine. I don't think it looks bad at all. Now let's take a look from the inside. And there's the C9s along this part too. Very nice. So inside, and this is why I wanted to put the icicles along the window. Now the icicles continue throughout all the windows. So last year the icicles were in the front and they were in the back, but they were not over there on the side. And I thought it would look really cool if it went around the whole room, and it absolutely will. This was so worth doing. This will look awesome once it's completed, having it continuous around all the windows. And that's why I put icicles in the back of the house. Some people say, oh, what are you putting icicles in the back of the house for? Because you can see them. It fills this window, fills this window, and you can see it go all the way down across the back of the house, and you can see them from all the other rooms windows as well, the kitchen, the media room, and the bedroom. So it's absolutely worth putting on the back of the house, and it was absolutely worth doing putting it on top of the windows as opposed to up on the peak, and I think I am always going to do it that way going forwards.